saying things people already know out loud is tight.
Get out of my head! It's cool to know other people think about this stuff too.
This is
Ready? Break.
What's up, everyone? It's Adam from FWCI, and we're going to have a look at 2 Dark Knight pitch meetings because I did record my The Dark Knight pitch meeting and there was no audio on it. Is that thunder or was that a car driving past? The weather here right now doesn't know whether it wants to piss the fuck down or whether it wants to not rain at all. And we've got like severe weather warnings. So keep an ear out for buckets of rain suddenly coming down. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch the Dark Knight pitch meeting again. You know, I feel like I need to do that in order to talk about the movie. And then we'll watch the Dark Knight Rises pitch meeting, which I haven't seen yet. So at least you'll get one first time reaction in the video. So yeah, fucking audio. Damn you, audio. Heavens are opening up because of it. Anyway, let's check out the Dark Knight pitch meeting from Brian George. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Not a fan of this movie. I've mentioned that in the other movies. We'll get into it. Let's do it.
For me? Yes, sir, I do. So what's new with Batman? Well, his growly voice got a whole lot more growly since the first movie. Oh, he went through bat puberty? Yeah. So what does he sound like now? He sounds like,
why do you want to kill me?
What?
You garbage who kills for money.
I can't understand what you're saying.
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
No idea what's going on here.
You're gonna love me.
Please stop. Sorry, I got carried.
Yeah. Got carried away is right. That is my main problem with this movie is Batman sounds, his voice sounds so faked and like put on. It doesn't sound intimidating at all. It just sounds silly. That's the main thing. Anytime Batman is on and he's talking, it just takes me out of it immediately. And Christian Bale isn't exactly my favorite Bruce Wayne either. Like, there's not a great deal for me to latch onto with the Batman side of this movie. With that being said, Heath Ledger as the Joker is cinema history and cinema gold, so that's the other side of the coin to this movie that is so amazing that I think that's what people really enjoy about it.
Carried away. That's okay, I get it. Growling is tight. It is. So what happens in the movie? Well, the bad guy in this movie is the Joker, so we're gonna open with him robbing a bank and escaping on a school bus that crashes through the wall. Not very subtle. Well, there's a line of school buses passing in front of the bank, so he blends in with them. No one notices a school bus crashing into a bank and then driving out covered in dust and bricks. They do not. Well, okay then. Anyway, we're also gonna have Bruce go on a super long side quest to China to kidnap a guy. That sounds like international terrorism. Yeah, that. I imagine it's gonna be hard for him to come up with an alibi for why he disappears at the same.
Yeah, it is international terrorism, and that was a big part of the movie that I found just to be completely boring. Like, I don't know, let me know in the comments. I know that a lot of people love The Dark Knight. I'm keen to hear what you guys have to say about it in the comments, but yeah, like I say, this movie had a lot of problems.
Same time as Batman appears in China. Actually super easy, barely an inconvenience. Oh really? Yeah, he's just gonna very publicly take an entire Russian ballet troupe out to party on his boat and then take off from a plane on the water. Wait, what? He's gonna party with a bunch of ballerinas on a boat. It's gonna be in the papers and everything. What if the media interviews a ballerina and she's like, yeah, the trip was great, but Bruce randomly disappeared on a mysterious airplane halfway through? I don't know. Fair enough. Yeah.
Mysterious airplane.
As a thing where he's like, you know, so lucky it's almost supernatural. What do you mean? Well, he comes up with these super intricate plans that completely depend on things he couldn't possibly predict going exactly the way that he predicted them. Do you have some examples? Well, like he has a plan to get arrested but then escape by making a phone call that detonates a bomb that he planted in a prisoner's stomach, right? Okay. But that wouldn't have worked if he didn't have an officer in the interrogation room with him, or if he had been detained.
Is anyone else not following this at all?
Oh yeah, that does sound super lucky. Right, so that kind of thing is gonna happen, you know, a lot. What kind of other stuff does the...
So I guess that's like the Joker, like that's how they display his chaotic, you know, kind of attitude towards the crimes that he commits. But yeah, that was very, very convoluted and very, very complicated, and even just hearing it back there, it's just like, what the fuck? So, I don't know. Let me know if there's something, again, in the comments, something I'm missing about the Joker's plan. Please, let me know.
The Joker do? Well, we're gonna have a scene where Joker and his goons take over a fundraiser for Harvey Dent. Okay. And Joker's gonna throw Rachel out of a super high window. Uh-oh. Yeah, and Batman's gonna
land on a fucking car and survive completely.
Hurt her they? Not at all. Yeah, they land on a car, which makes it okay because cars are so soft and squishy. And what happens with the Joker? What do you mean? Well, Rachel and Batman flew out the window, but he's still upstairs with a bunch of people, right? Oh.
Yeah. What the fuck did happen with him in that scene?
Whoops. Whoopsie. I guess we could just keep moving on with the movie and hope no one
Just leaves without killing anyone?
Joker's also gonna do a thing where he kidnaps Harvey and Rachel and ties them up to explosives. Okay. And there's a timer, so Batman's gonna have to decide who to try and save. Does he manage to save either of them? Yeah, he manages to save 25% of them. Wait, 25% of 2 people? Well, Rachel's gonna explode and half of Harvey Dent's gonna burn up. Gotcha. And so later Joker's gonna dress up as a
25%.
nurse and go visit Harvey in the hospital. How does that go? Well, somehow Harvey doesn't recognize Joker till he takes off his little surgical mask. Wow, and he must really be mad at the Joker. Yeah, but Joker's like, hey man, don't be mad at me for killing Rachel, be mad at everyone else for letting me kill Rachel. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, no, not really, but somehow that convinces Harvey to become like a wacky villain. Oh really? So what does he do? He goes on a killing spree where he flips a coin to see if people die.
Two-Face is my favorite Batman villain, and if you want to see the best ever iteration of Two-Face, it's got to be from the animated series. When he goes to the therapist office and has that whole breakdown in there. What's his name? Big Bad. He has like a different name for his like evil persona, but that was fucking amazing.
Die or not. Maybe a little drastic. Yeah, so anyway, later Batman is gonna foil a plan of the Joker's to blow up a couple of fairies. What do you mean? Well, he pushes Joker off a building, but then he catches him because, you know, Batman doesn't kill people. Right, that's like his one rule. Exactly. Right. Super powerful to see him stick to his moral code like that, and then he's gonna push Harvey Dent off a building and kill him. What? Yeah, and Harvey's killed some people, so Batman takes the blame for all that. Why would he do that? Because he's the hero that Gotham deserves, but not the one it needs right now. Oh.
What the fuck does that mean? What does that even mean? Like, the motivation from, like, most of the characters in this feels so up its own ass. I don't know.
Well, I don't get that.
Tell me.
Yeah, but it sounds cool, right? I guess so. But why wouldn't they just blame it all on the Joker? Because this is more heroic. But it's not necessary. It's heroic, though. Well, okay then. So what do you think? Well, it sounds like a pretty great movie. Thank you. Although, to be fair, Batman is so popular these days, it'd be tough to make a movie about him that people don't like. Very true.
I don't know if that was really true when The Dark Knight came out, that Batman was crazy popular. I mean, Batman Begins was around, that was it. But early Batman v Superman reviews are largely negative. Yeah, we'll talk more about that one when I get to the Batman v Superman reaction video for the pitch meeting. But yeah, Dark Knight, any scene with the Joker doing his thing was fucking brilliant. Bwilliant. Oh, I did it! It's brilliant!
Oh, it's brilliant.
Isn't it brilliant?
Fucking hell. Fuck you, Auntie Donna. It is really good, though. It's very good. I'm not saying brilliant again. But outside of that, I don't know, that movie feels like it's a little bit overrated. That's just my opinion. I would take The Dark Knight Rises over The Dark Knight, and even that movie's got some very, bad issues in terms of pacing and stuff like that. We're going to talk about Dark Knight Rises now anyway, because, I don't want to sit here and just bash on The Dark Knight, which I could probably do for hours, because that movie really fucking bugs me. But The Dark Knight Rises is slightly better, and I really enjoyed the villain of Bane. So let's have a look at The Dark Knight Rises pitch meeting. I liked this movie. I liked it. I remember seeing this was my first time going gold class anywhere, and I'm not entirely sure how or what happened, but somebody brought me a big giant bowl of popcorn like 20 minutes into the movie, and I was just like, fuck yeah, so I smashed down this big thing. Apparently you're supposed to pay for that, or you're supposed to order it. I didn't do either, so they can't really blame me. I just hoofed down this giganto popcorn. So, good fond memories of The Dark Knight Rises. Let's jump right in.
So, you have a Batman sequel script for me? Yes, sir, I do. So the bad guy in this one's gonna be Bane. And how does the movie start? Well, the CIA are gonna bring a bunch of hooded men onto their plane without checking their identities. Wouldn't they at the very least lift the hoods to check for explosives or something? No, because the CIA never investigates anything. Oh, they don't? Nope, and so it's gonna turn out that one of the hooded guys is Bane. Wow. Yeah, and he's planning on crashing the plane and staging it like an accident. How does he do that? By, riddling the plane with bullets and ripping the wings off and then dropping the main cabin miles and miles away from the wings. And that's supposed to look like a normal plane crash? Yeah. Well, okay, so tell me more about this Bane guy. Oh, well, he has big muscles and a little mask thing, and he sounds real scary. Oh, what does he sound like? He says scary stuff like, what? Crushing this plane. I can't, you sound like a Muppet that got stuck in a wall. Yeah, super scary stuff. I guess that would be scary. Get up.
Yeah, he did sound very much like a Muppet stuck in a wall. Yes, I'm Bane. Yes, that's my name. If you haven't seen the Bane Oral Noughts rap, it's fucking amazing. Say it to my face, I'll crash your plane. But I remember people shitting on this voice. I remember shitting on this voice when it first came out, but I think over the years it's kind of grown on me when I've gone back to watch The Dark Knight Rises.
Sound like a Muppet that got stuck in a wall. Yeah, super scary stuff. I guess that would be scary. Get out of the wall, Grover. And then we're gonna see Batman. Oh, I can't wait for some Batman action. Well, you're gonna have to, because he can barely walk. What, why? Because he was Batman for like a year, so now he has no more cartilage in his knees, so he can't physically be Batman anymore. Exactly.
Was that Boyle from Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
So now he has no more cartilage in his...
Oh, no. It's the other guy from Reno 911.
His knees, so he can't physically be Batman anymore. Exactly. Also, he doesn't want to, so it's gonna be quite a while before we see him as Batman. Okay, well, I guess watching Bruce Wayne limp around for an hour will be somewhat entertaining. Yeah, and I think waiting for him to become Batman again will make it that much more exciting when he finally does. Maybe. Anyway, later Bane and his guys are gonna attack the stock exchange. Oh. And at the same time, the bad guys are gonna use Bruce's fingerprints to make a bunch of trades and lose all his money.
Yeah, see, Bane was doing his thing. That kind of carried the first act of this movie. But I'm thinking back now, I was like, yeah, there was a lot of fucking bullshit with Bruce not wanting to be Batman, and like is this one where he gets like the magic fucking knee brace as well, and his back is broken?
At the same time, the bad guys are gonna use Bruce's fingerprints to make a bunch of trades and lose all his money. Well, obviously they were fraudulent trades, right? There's no way people will treat them as real. Oh, they will. So Bruce is poor now, and they shut off all the lights at the manor. They immediately shut his lights off? Yep, right away. He's poor. Well, I should probably point out that that's not how anything works. Oh, I'd much prefer if you didn't point that out. Oh, okay, never mind. Anyway, we're also gonna have this cop Blake figure out that Bruce Wayne is Batman. Wow, that's a tough one to crack. Must have been hard to do. Actually, it was super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, he kind of just recognized the look in his eyes that angry orphans get. Oh, that was easy. Yep, so later Batman's gonna get fixed with
I like the character that would be Robin, I guess, in the end, we find out. Detective Blake. I actually like that character throughout this movie, although I'm prepared to have my heart broken as this pitch meeting goes on.
Magic braces that give him superhuman kicks we'll never reference again. Wow, so then he becomes Batman again? So then he becomes Batman again. Yeah. For a couple of minutes. Wait, what? Well, Catwoman is gonna bring him to Bane, and Bane's gonna break his back. Oh my god. Yeah, so he can't physically be Batman anymore. His body's broken. Right. Yeah, and I think waiting for him to become Batman again will make it that much more exciting when he finally does. Didn't we just do this? I feel like we just did this for an hour. We did, and it was so special, I figure, you know, let's do it again. Well, okay then. So Bane is gonna fly with Batman all the way to this crazy prison in India and explain to him how he's gonna torture his soul. Bane's gonna fly with him all the way to India just to tell him that and then get on a plane and go back home? Yeah. Why not just tell him before sending him there? Well, it's more dramatic if he explains it to him there. Right.
Yeah, that's a good point. But I also believe that Bane would fly all the way to India just to say something along those lines.
Yeah. Why not just tell him before sending him there? Well, it's more dramatic if he explains it to him there. Right, but that's like 30 hours of air travel. Right, could have recorded a video. Yeah, so back in Gotham, they're gonna be like, you know what, enough is enough. Let's just send all the police officers into the sewers and smoke Bane out once and for all. Did you say all the police officers? Yeah, I think that's standard procedure. When the police really want to capture someone, they just send everybody. Oh, I didn't know that. Where'd you learn that? It's just how I assume police things work. Oh, okay, so how many officers are we actually talking here? Well, let's see. New York City has something like 40,000 police officers for a population of 8 million, and we're saying that Gotham has a population of 12 million. Okay. So by that logic, I guess Gotham would have something in the range of 60,000. So they send 60,000 police officers into the sewers. It certainly seems like that's what we're going with. Well, okay then. So then Bane's gonna blow up a bunch of bombs and trap the cops in the sewers. Aren't there like thousands and thousands of manholes they could escape through? What the hell is a manhole? You've never heard of manholes? Manholes are tight. You realize this is not an adult film, right? What are you talking about?
Manholes are tight. Oh, God. Good joke.
What are
It was
you
quality.
talking about? Manholes. Oh, okay. Anyway, Bane is also going to destroy the bridges and reveal that he is an atomic bomb. Uh-oh. Yeah, and if anybody tries to leave, he's going to detonate it. And also, it's just going to detonate itself in like 5 to 6 months. So their plan is to blow up Gotham whenever, but also just let it blow up in 5 to 6 months? Something like that. So if it's going to blow up either way, why not just blow it up immediately? Because Batman needs time to fix his broken back.
Yeah, Bane's plan is a bit unnecessary, just to leave Gotham in disarray for months and then blow it up. Like, are you gonna blow it up or not?
Oh, okay, gotcha. So yeah, then Batman has to get out of this prison. Oh man, it's gonna be hard to do that with a broken back. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, because Bane hooked him up with a doctor who fixes his back with some rope and a solid punch to the spine. Wow. And then the prison has absolutely no guards, plus you can just climb out of it if you're agile enough. That is a very convenient prison. Yeah, so then back in Gotham, Commissioner Gordon's being forced to walk on thin ice and he's about to fall through and die. Uh-oh. But that's when Batman shows up, just in time. How does Batman showing up make the ice any less dangerous? Unclear, but Batman is back, baby. Everything's okay.
Yeah, this was my biggest problem with this movie, was how we went from Batman being in India in some prison with absolutely nothing to just in Gotham, suited up, ready to fucking go. Like, I don't know. I feel like you spent so much time telling a very simple point over a long period of time, and then you just lurched forward in time with absolutely no explanation at all. Like, when I first watched this, I was like, what the fuck is happening here?
How did Batman get back from India with no money or resources into a city that's under lockdown? Unclear, but he's back with just 12 hours before the bomb goes off. Wow, so what does he do? Well, he spends the first 4 hours or so on a little art project. Oh, he does? Yeah, he paints a big old bat symbol. Doesn't seem like the most pressing issue. Art therapy is very effective. It's a great way to prepare for a fight. Okay, good to know. So then Catwoman blows up one of the sewer exits and all the cops run out clean shaven and ready to fight. Clean shaven? Well, yeah, because as you know, the sewers are filled with enough shaving equipment for 60,000 men to groom themselves for 6 months. Oh, I actually didn't know that. Well, now you do. So then all the cops charge at Bane's men like it's medieval times or something. Don't the henchmen have machine guns? Well, what good are machine guns against batons and a couple of pistols? They'd be very good, I imagine.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it's gonna end up being a fist fight, so whatever. Well, whatever then. And then Batman and Bane are gonna fight, but now Batman's really good because he did some push-ups in prison. Wow. But then this lady Miranda, the Batman hooked up with, is gonna stab him. Wait, what? Yeah, she's gonna reveal that
I stabbed you first with my dick. Shout out to Pete Holmes.
she's actually Talia, the daughter of Ra's al Ghul from the first movie. Oh, pretty crazy twist, right? I guess. And then Batman is gonna chase her because she takes off in a truck with the...
You know what, if you were a casual fan, then I can understand that you wouldn't really give a shit about that, but I was pretty into Batman and I was like, oh, it's Talia! So I bit into that one.
Bomb in it. Very exciting. Yeah, and Gordon's bouncing around in back trying to turn the bomb off or something. Oh boy. And then the truck is gonna flip and Talia's gonna die. Oh, she is. Yeah, and I'd love it if the actress could play it as if she forgot she was supposed to die in the scene and then suddenly remembered. We can arrange that. And what about Gordon? How does his death play out? Oh, he's totally fine. Really? Wasn't he in the truck too? Yeah, he was just in the back bouncing around with a 2-ton bomb and he was just out of the hospital, but he's fine. Well, great. So then Batman's gonna fly the bomb out of the city just in time and it's gonna explode with a 6-mile blast radius.
Right.
Wow, so Batman is gonna die? That's insane. Nope, he's gonna be fine too. But how? Autopilot, so he jumps out just before it explodes. But a 6-mile radius? Yeah, well, he's a fast swimmer, I guess. Get off my back, please, and thank you. Well, okay then. Also, that Blake guy's Robin. Sure, why not? So what do you think? That sounds great. Fantastic. Yep, I think we'll have made a trilogy that everybody involved will be proud of.
Christian Bale disappointed in his take on Batman Dark Knight trilogy. Disappointed in his take on Batman. Okay, right. Yeah, I mean, I think because Heath Ledger passed away, people romanticize the Batman series a lot more than I think it deserves credit for, and I absolutely love Batman, don't get me wrong at all, but he was my guy growing up. That was the only comics I collected was Batman comics, animated series, even the old movies, Batman Forever. You guys have heard me talk about him. Fucking loved him. So yeah, I didn't really bite into the Nolan Batman trilogy. I'm a bit confused though. Which one is the worst? Is it Dark Knight Rises or The Dark Knight? Because that ending to Dark Knight Rises, that was a doozy with Bruce showing up in the Thing and France and Alfred and. Like, it seemed so unnecessary. The whole thing about is he dead, is he not, seemed like an unnecessary thing. It didn't seem to resolve a lot in that series. So I don't know. The ending went out with a bit of a whimper, but I don't know. I said before that Two-Face is my favorite Batman villain. Bane is like a notch below Two-Face. So I really enjoyed Tom Hardy's portrayal as Bane in this movie. Took a few watches to really get there, but I don't know. I still think Batman Begins is the best of the trilogy, but next we're going to have a look at, not this video, the next video, we're going to have a look at, I think we should do Man of Steel. And that way I can start sort of transition this into the DC reactions, and we can go through those. Because, yeah, I have a bit of a different appreciation for Man of Steel and Batman v Superman after watching the Snyder Cut. So, very keen to look at the pitch meetings for these other movies. Thanks for checking out this one, everyone. And as always, be well, stay safe, look after your friends. See you in the next video. Peace.